Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something really simple using decals. They are from Nail Decals by Design, and all I'm doing just to prepare for this design is just popping some peachy nude over all 5 of the nails that we're going to be doing. It's a nice, easy, like super good, quick, but still effective design to do. Very like time effective, if that makes any sense. Probably not, because most things I say don't, but yeah, it's super easy but looks really, really good. So I'm going to do the base colour on all these 5 nails and then we can get into the design. So this is the decal that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this design. So it's just really, really good because you can use them, as you can see, over dark and light colours, which is just brilliant. Obviously I am using it over a lighter colour, but you don't have to. I'm just doing that because I want to, but you can use over whatever you want. So I'm just going to cut out one of these because I don't need all of it. So I'm going to use the scissors from the application kit that you can also get from Nail Decals by Design when you purchase your decals. I'm just going to cut off the end piece. And basically what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut off all the excess that we're definitely not going to be using. Like all this white around the outside is not going to be obviously part of our design. So I'm just getting rid of that for now. And then we're basically just going to cut it up into shapes. I'm just cutting off the white from this side as well because I didn't pay too much attention to getting that line neat, so it's not how I want it. So we're using this piece, and you can do this in lots of different ways. You can do lots of different things with these. They're brilliant. So you could cut like down the middle and then, well, obviously how much you need, but a line, you could cut a line out and pop it down the middle. I've done that before with the leopard print ones. That turned out really good. But for this design, I'm going to be using them in just random patches. So I'm going to be having like a corner on each nail, so just randomly, and then we're going to outline it. So I'm just going to just almost line it up. Doesn't obviously have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to cut out some shapes. So obviously this one will be one like that, and then we'll have one, I just don't want to really waste a lot, so we'll have one like that as well. I have got another sheet of this one, so it's not really an issue. So that one will be from like below going upwards down here. And then we'll have, no, it's the corners that I want, not what's it. So I need to bear that in mind. So again, I'm just going to cut a random shape. I'm going to make this one super easy, and then this one as well. I mean, that's a bit overkill, but it's fine. Never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply base coat because the tacky layer from Gel Perfection isn't very tacky, whereas as far as I'm aware, most base coats from most companies are very tacky because that is literally the point of base coat. So I'm applying a coat of base coat over the top of my colour. I've got 2 coats of colour, and then I'm popping a coat of base coat over the top because this will give us the tacky layer, it's got hair in it, that the decal needs to adhere to. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp. I'm going to take all these other nails out because they're in the way. So I'm just curing that for 30 seconds. I'm going to do all the others as well while I'm at it. I'm just going to do this off camera real quick. So I've got some water next to me. I've base coated all of them, so they'll all be ready soon. But I've got these ready. I've got my water ready. I've got my tweezers. So I'm just going to pop one of them in the water. Nail Decals by Design decals are brilliant. They really don't need much water time at all, so you don't need to soak them for ages and ages, which is fab. So we're just going to give them a couple of seconds. You can also apply it with a stamper. I have got a video on that as well. I don't really tend to use that method, to be honest. I'm not a fan of it, especially when only putting a decal on a certain space, because if there's any sort of dust or anything on your stamper, then it can transfer onto the nail and it's just a pain in the arse. So I don't tend to do that, but obviously if that suits you better, then go ahead and do that. So once it's been in the water for a while, you can just take it out, give it a little nudge to see if it's going to come off the backing paper. If it is, then obviously it's ready. If not, then just pop it back on the water for a second, and then you can take it back off and check a little bit, like a few seconds later. So the first piece is ready, because if I just pop my thumb on there, look, it comes away from the backing paper, which is brilliant. So I'm just going to pull it out a little bit just to help me along when I'm placing it on the nail. And then we're going to grab the nail and I'm just going to place it somewhere totally random. I'm going to go about there, and then I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and flat to the nail. Be careful when doing this stage, because you don't want to scratch the decal too much and rip it, because they are very flimsy, because obviously it's very thin for it to be able to lay flat on a nail. So just be mindful of that. You just want to make sure that you've not got any wrinkles, and if you do, you're just pushing them out. Please ignore the state of my nail. I've been doing nail art for a few hours now. But we're just pushing out any bits that could possibly be sticking up, making sure that everything is nice and flat. And then once you've done that, and everything is how you want it on the nail, we're then going to get rid of the excess around the nail. So in the application kit from Nail Decals by Design, you also get a little brush like this. You can use that if you're holding a decal with this to pop some water on the back. I actually use mine with acetone to remove any excess decal though. So I'm just popping some acetone along that side wall area, and then that will melt the decal and you'll be able to just get it right off. Obviously it's much easier with a real nail because you'll have an actual side wall that you don't have with a nail tip, but it's fine. So once you've done that, that's tucked under, but it's not an issue, you can just leave it there. There we go. So once we've done that, we're going to move on to the next step of this design, which is some Flexi Tape, which you can also get from Nail Decals by Design. I'm going to be using black. Am I? No, I'm going to use silver actually, because I think that'll show up better. So we're just going to use some silver Flexi Tape, and we're just going to line it up. Again, you can use your scissors from the application kit. I'm just going to cut some of that. And then again, tweezers from the application kit. You've got everything you need right here for lots of application of basically any sort of nail art. It's fab. So I'm just going to place that alongside where the decal is, which is a lot easier said than done, clearly. And then once it's where you want it, you can make sure it's nice and flat. I just go over it with my tweezers to make sure it's all stuck. Pull off any excess, and then we're going to apply some to the other side. You can outline this with anything, or you could even just not outline it. It's totally up to you, of course. But I really like Flexi Tape for this sort of thing. I like it when I get it where I want it first time, but unfortunately that doesn't happen all that often. There we go. I could have done better with that up here, but I'm not going to try harder because this is the 4th video I'm filming today, and I've lost the will a little bit by now, so it's just going to have to be one of those things, I'm afraid. Flexi Tape breaks really easy, so if you just pull it, it should come off pretty easily. Make sure it's all nice and flat, and then we're going to base coat again. You could also clear Builder Gel this layer as well, but I want to keep it nice and thin because obviously it's not a real nail, so I don't need an apex or anything. So I'm just going over with my base coat. Which has suddenly got a lot of black dots in it for some bizarre reason. There we go. So I'm just going to base coat, make sure everything's nice and covered, and then we can pop that in the lamp. Then all it needs is a top coat. So I'm going to do it again, but with a different piece this time. And we're basically just going to do that 5 different times. I'm going to place it on the nail in a different area every time. I won't do them all on camera because obviously I'm doing the same thing for each nail. But it's just the idea I wanted to give you, and then I will show you what they all look like when all 5 of them are done. So here are the finished result. That's one. I've not top coated them yet, but they're all base coated. So I've just done different areas, different colours of the pattern. But here we are. I think they look really cute actually. I have scratched a few of them where I was getting a bit impatient, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out actually. They're absolutely beautiful. I really love these decals. They're so versatile. You can do so many different things with them. Definitely worth having in your collection if you don't already. I'm trying to get them closer together so I can like capture a thumbnail picture, but obviously the magnets don't really allow that. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to top coat them on camera or anything, so obviously they're not going to look any different. They're all shiny anyway. Really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon as normal. Bye.